Alright, I'm bored. Let's finish this factory. I'm done waiting. We got it about half done yesterday. We were making quick wire yesterday, which is the main backbone for this factory, but, well, it's only halfway there. We still got more to do, because we're going to make more products here. I did add a third floor, as you can see, nice and clear. We need to put two things up here. We need a line of assemblers to make circuit boards, and a line of manufacturers that are going to do two different things. One's going to make computers, and the other one is going to make high-speed connectors. I'm hoping this slab here fits it. Like, I can go back and do an aesthetic pass later and make it look kind of cool, but I don't know for sure if it's going to fit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put down the manufacturers first, and then fit in the assemblers and see if it fits. If it doesn't fit, I'm going to need to change the geometry of this floor. So let's start with that. The other thing is, this factory is going to need some lights. It's dark in there. On the in-between floors, between the heavy slabs of the different floors, we may need to put some lights in. But first things first, we need 25 of these. And my mouse hand literally bumps the moment I go to click. Line up. We go to hold down control to line it up. It does not line up. So I have to use that line. How's everybody's Wednesday, or whatever the local time frame is in your local space-time coordinate? Oh, it is going to give me the green line that says I'm in a line, though. That's handy, I suppose? Something else I was wondering is, what should we do next after this? What should we do as a follow-up to the electronics factory? We could do a heavy modular frames factory. We definitely need a factory for heavy modular frames. We could also do the factory that's going to make the nuclear pasta up there, so we could finish phase 4. That doesn't really give us anything, though. But it would get that out of the upper right-hand corner. Oh, good lord. No matter which arrow button I press, it all just goes up or back. That's not helpful. Nudge system, that's not helpful. Only put down 10. We need to do 15 more, and I'm running out of platform. I'm starting to wonder if this floor is just going to wind up being all manufacturers. How many do we have? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. Maybe that's exactly what we should do. We may even have room for all three here. A little bit of a gap. Not too bad. First row was 11. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yes. It's all about counting. Okay, now we have 2 rows of 11. Except one of these rows needs to be 14. The 11 is the Caterian computers, and the 14 is the high-speed connectors. We wait for the autosave. There we go. So 3 more. 1, 2, 3. Now, the big question, do I have enough room for 30 assemblers to make all of those circuit boards? That's a lot of circuit boards. Not only are we using them in the electronics, but we're also going to be shipping some out as just, hey, here's a completed product. It's circuit boards. Oh yeah, we have more than enough room. Look at that. Okay. See, I started worried. But honestly, I really wouldn't have known for sure unless either I marked up the floor or just tried putting them out. And honestly, I found the best way is to just put out all my blueprints, see how they fit. It's the big advantage of the blueprint system, really. I always love how that beam is there. It's in the blueprint, but you have to let it build to a certain level, otherwise it is not solidified yet. 3 out of 10. Woohoo! Oh, I missed. But, like, the catwalk? The catwalk is always solid, even when it hasn't finished building yet. Five down, five to go. And the best part is, it looks like this is going to fit. I needn't have worried. Or be really, really close. We got close. We got really, really close. All right. We need one more set of assemblers, which is... should be about 4 foundations wide. Yeah, 4 foundation. Because that's the width of the blueprinter. Aesthetically speaking, I sort of like the edge there. Maybe on this side? Because I'm going to have to make one slightly larger. Just depending on, like, which side looks more aesthetically okay to put more on the 3rd floor, you know? Yeah, I think it's better here. And we need 4 foundations total, so let's put 2 in. Because we've already got 2. Da da dun 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 dun. There we go. That's essentially the rest of this factory now laid out. First things first, let's get it all hooked up and running, and then we'll do an aesthetics pass. I'm thinking... that row is going to be computers. We're going to use the Caterium computer recipe. This row is going to be high-speed connectors. We're going to use that one. And then this one is circuit boards. First things first, let's get some power up here. Because having power up here will make the hover pack work, and that would be very nice for the rest of this. I'm just going to go make a straight line down. There we go. Put that back. I may run out of cable. I may need to go back and get more cable. Well, at least I didn't fall into the pit. Ooh, snug. I've been faffing about in this area so much I didn't even notice there was a slug there. Almost made it. Muted mic, just in time to miss a sneeze. Dun 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 dun. And that's the end of the cable. Kinda need to go back for more. This was all the stuff we built yesterday. I missed the door. There we go. We're off to go get cable. Because once again, no matter how much I try to plan to make sure I have enough parts, I always forget something. I'm starting to realize that I think maybe it's time to redo all the files. Because it seems like opening the map has a high chance of making the game crash. Now the question is, where did it save? How much time and progress did we just lose? Fortunately, 1.0 is going to fix a lot of this because of the optimization. Just makes the file in general a lot. I honestly don't know how much progress we just lost. Oh. Not much. Okay. Go to the Malkavarian mining platform. Which has a stop, but it's just straight through. There's only the one option. Off we go. To Pelosi Island. Which once again is mostly just a straight through stop. Mostly. There is one extra connection at Pelosi Island, but it's like not that important. That one has like 4 tubes connecting to it. And this one, it's only the 2 tubes, so it's pretty much a straight through. And that's where we crashed. Alright, let's try that again, shall we? Yes, I think over the course of the next couple of days, my job is going to be to go through and do a file verification. Verification. See what fails. This is becoming almost once a stream now. Okay. I've been slowly working on getting all the belts upgraded to Mark 5s. I think there are still some Mark 4s left. If I knew where they were, I would have upgraded them by now. So what do you think we should do next, after this particular factory? Heavy modular frames? Nuclear Boston? Chat's choice. with sort of the general understanding that, you know, the other will get done. Also, at some point. Sitting here crossing half the known map to go between these two factories. Alright, third floor. This is where we were. And here we go. I would say it would be funny if it crashed again right there, but I didn't want to jinx it. Right now, I'm just hyper-fixated on finishing this factory. It bugs me in its sort of half-finished state, you know? There-ish. Make sure that doesn't look too wonk. Yeah, I can barely even see the cable. Okay, cool. Okay. 2 rows powered. Can't walk straight. I'm too gay for that. It's like a software zone transition boundary right there. Where it has to pause and load the next area. And the factory's built right over the top of it. So we've got silica being made. We've got copper sheets. Gonna combine those together into circuit boards. Using the silicon circuit board recipe. That one there. Straight down doesn't really work, does it? Bumper off the manufacturers, I guess. All right. All right. Now, everything's powered. They're programmed with a recipe. Except you, apparently. Okay. Let's have the bottom row be silica. And then last but not least, steamed copper sheets. Boom! Those are green now. There they go. And there we go. Sea of green lights. I love it. I love it. All right. Circuit boards. There's always something. This is pretty much the routine. Build until you run out of materials, get more materials, build more. I guess in the meantime, it'll give that production line of circuit boards a chance to just build. I'm really lacking in circuit boards right now. It's mostly that they're needed for this particular factory. There we go. Get some of those. And some of these. Dun 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 dun. While I'm here, I may as well check. A few of the basics. You know, you try and sit here and plan what you're going to run out of. But it's impossible to remember everything. The game's just too complicated. Anybody have any questions about anything I'm doing? I like answering questions. Okay. And here we go. Back where we left off. Two, three, four. Hi, Moth. Please don't come closer. If you come too close, it might change my design decisions. Thank you for your respect, Moth. My count there was bad. Double counted one. There we go. Back at the circuit board factory, you have 4 hypertubes coming into the building. Only 3 have power, 1 does not. Did I miss why 1 isn't being used? Actually, that's a good question. That's a very good question. Good eyes, by the way, Star Tiger. That's actually expansion room for the next factory. So, let's go down to the first floor. This is what Star Tiger is talking about. There's actually 5 tubes here. That one goes back to Malk Platform and Pelosi Island. That goes to the second floor. That goes to the third floor. That goes to an area called Coalinga. Coalinga is my name for this little area here that has like 4 coal nodes. The name Coalinga is a reference to an actual town in California named Coalinga, famous for coal. Other people call it other things. And yes, this is the one that Star Tiger you're referencing that has no power. It's called Nuclear Plant. Yeah, that plant's not built yet. That's why it's not connected. Like I said earlier, which factory should I do next? Should I do the nuclear plant next? Which is going to include the pasta? Or should I do heavy modular frame factory next? If we go with the nuclear plant, that's going to get used, because this is going to be a major stop. Get there. All right, these guys. High-speed connectors. We're going to use the silicon version, because we just don't have the copper to spare here. Copper's somewhat at a premium, but it's like, I've got the silica here already, I might as well. It's a little slower in the base one, but not by that much. Especially since I'm just throwing lots of manufacturers at it. Quantity. And these guys... Caterium computer. Yeah, Star Tiger, you should recognize this area. This is where your first factory was. Wouldn't you need the heavy modular frames for the pasta? So I would think you would need that before going nuclear. That's actually not a bad point. The heavy modular frames are a component in the fused frames that are used to make the pressure conversion cubes. So it actually would help to make the heavy modular frame factory before we go nuclear. That is a good point. Maybe we'll do that. Well, I said it was chat's choice, so far that seems to be chat's choice. In the meantime, these guys. Quickwire silica circuit boards. Well, circuit boards is this one here. Let's put it on the bottom. And if I'm not mistaken, yep, circuit boards. It's used over here too. You get circuit boards, and you get circuit boards. Everybody gets circuit boards. Dun 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 dun. There we go. Everybody should have circuit boards. Look at that. Look at that. My factory in grassy fields was a bit spaghetti mess and horrible optimization. I try not to think about it now. Oh, that's fine. I mean, it was your first playthrough. It was your first factory. Everyone's first factory is like that. Everyone's. All right. Next thing, let's get quickwire. Because once again, all of these guys need quickwire. See? One of the fun things about the Caterium computer recipe and the silicon high-speed connector recipe is that they have two different ingredients in common: circuit boards and quickwire. Which is why I'm actually using them, because you want to reduce the complexity of the factory by having to manufacture less raw ingredients. Efficiency. It may not necessarily be the fastest version, but you know, this is my definition of efficient, I guess. Efficiency through keeping it simple. Yes, principle, keep it simple. All right. Now, both of these have a third ingredient, and it's different on each one. We need the silica. The silica is that one right there. You can actually see it. So we're going to put this one on the top. Oh, hi, Moth. Hey, look, green lights. You can hear those manufacturers powering up. All right. A sea of green lights. These guys, however, need rubber, which is actually right there. We need to figure out a way to get the rubber from the train station up here. We really need to put some lights down here. It's so dark. Bitch. I created a poll. So let's see. These guys are coming through. I'm just going to cheat and go directly down. Right there. So we need to get these guys up to the 3rd floor. What I need is a pillar that goes the full length. Up to the 3rd floor, and we'll just follow it. You're a good candidate. Let's go. Okay, maybe I'll put it on that side. Alrighty, so I need to go from here to here. The other thing to note is there are actually 2 outputs. So I should probably make 2 output pipes. Why not? Tally-ho! Alright, so first things first, we need to avoid fouling this hypertube because that would just look stupid and wrong. use my green laser guide. There we go. Yeah, a lot of people I know started in the grassy fields. Nothing wrong with starting in the grassy fields. Except for the fact that, well, everything's impure quality. Yeah, that's a tongue twister. But hey, if people are new to the game, it's a good place to get started. Even I started originally in the grassy fields. What just happened? Why is that Mark 1? Okay. Okay. Is my laser guide pointing me here? Yes. There we go. Now we just need to take this all the way up to the 3rd floor. One of these days, Star Tiger, you're going to need to show me your, like, revised 2nd playthrough factory. Up we go. And that should take us all the way up. There we go. Now we just need to connect.
Ah, hello, Gordon.
Hello. How are you doing, Pyrostyle? Yes, before 1.0 drops. Should let me know, Star Tiger. How are you doing, Azure? I presume you just got home from work? We could do... Ooh, I just had a thought. Straight edge. I don't want to put them on the bottom. I want to put them on the top. So here and here. "10-hour headache finally passed, nibbling on a sandwich." Did the headache pass because of the sandwich? I know for me, sometimes I get splitting headaches when I haven't eaten. So I'm not going to punch these through right there yet. I'm sorry to hear you had the nasty headache, though. I'm glad to hear it's passing. Also, thank you for the redeem. I'm glad somebody's finally making use of all these sound redeems. Because I've set up a bunch of them. What can I say? I like a soundboard. Okay, there we go. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo, you can hear them coming on. They're all starting up. A sea of green lights. Oh. Just took time and medicine. Unfortunately, food doesn't seem to help this time. Understood. So, that's the primary essentials of this factory. Yes, factory go brr. In fact, that could summarize this entire thing. It's just factory go brr. Putting in the excess rubber back into the bin so they can get used. Reinsertion. All right. We now have 3 different products that we need to take to the train. This one's the circuit board one. I'd say let's go for a walk, but there's not going to be a lot of walking. Hovering, maybe. Circuit board bin. Circuit boards. What's next? Computers, from the looks of it. So this one. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh. I turn on the little fan. I'm absolutely dying here. Let me know if you hear the fan. If I need to, like... Oop. That's the end of that row. Okay. Computers. And the last thing we need to build up high-speed connectors. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We can double tap that. I definitely double tapped that. Dun 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 dun. Waiting for the loading screen to finish a simple saving route. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And there we go. That's the high-speed connectors belt. Well, belts. Plural, I guess I should say. And there we go. The factory's functionally complete. Now I just kind of want to make it look a little nicer. But one thing I am going to do is I'm going to take a quick little break here, because I would like a bathroom break, actually. Be right back. Okay. I think that's good enough. I said it'd be a quick break after all. And let's see. An aesthetics pass. So what is it? What do I mean by an aesthetics pass? Basically just whatever we need to do to, like, make it look a little bit more like a factory and less like several cement slabs with machines on them. In what that can mean can absolutely be different for everybody. Because everybody's sort of aesthetic tastes are different. Previously, up till now, I've generally been like, ah, yeah, I'll do the aesthetics pass when I'm not on the air. And honestly, previously, at the end of the stream, it was late enough that made a lot of sense, but this time it's like, we didn't actually have all that much to finish. Yeah, it has to look good. But more specifically, it has to look good to the person that actually is playing. Yeah. What I think looks good may be completely different to what somebody else thinks. One of the things that I said very early on was my aesthetic is sort of... I described it as solar punk. I like big windows. I like lots of natural light. I like to see the outside. I like to see, you know, Massage 2 AB2 out my window. And when I can't have natural light, you know, artificial light will do. I don't mind if, like, the chimney stacks from the refinery stick out through the ceiling, because I actually think it kind of looks cool when the refinery stacks stick out. One of the things I try to avoid is these big empty spaces, but as you can see, I kind of completely failed on that, on this factory. There's just a big empty space here. But it needs to be there because the stuff above it is very much functional. Yeah, if you can't get natural light, store-bought is fine. So what I might do to make this more interesting is take out a bit of this floor. This is what I call, like, Arboretum style. Where instead of having a big, empty concrete floor, instead, give it something more visually interesting to do. Like in this case, this section right here was built out over a bit of the grassy fields because that top floor actually extended out quite a bit. So instead, let's end the second floor here. This is very normal to the sort of stuff that I do in an aesthetics pass. I'm just giving you sort of a insight into what goes through my head when I do this. So yeah, this second floor ends right here, and I think we have the ability to see down to the first floor down there, which I actually think is kind of cool. Support pillars should still connect. There we go. I think this section you know, what might look really cool here is if I don't know. It's the no. The walls would slice right through the smokestacks if I decided to put the smokestacks on the outside. That would just look weird. And it's technically a steam stack because, like, these things are literally just processing coal with water, so the release product is going to be steam. So I guess let's do... They're not smokestacks, they're steam stacks. Let's do that instead. No, why? Now the criticism could be made, this doesn't look like actual factories. And I'm like, well, yeah. But actual factories are kind of hideous. No offense. I kind of like this sort of greenhouse look. And sure, somebody could say, oh, I don't like the look of that, and I'd be like, that's fine for you. Everybody's got different tastes. I like doing things with glass. I once worked at a company that did very cool things with company buildings and glass. We're gonna need some more lights, though. Absolutely gonna need some lights. It is way too sodding dark in here. I could put in a pane of glass here. Yeah, actually, factories look really boring looking. Exactly, Star Tiger, exactly. I want this to be a bit more, like, visually interesting. So what do you think? Big glass pane, or maybe just put in a hand railing? You know what, I like the idea of, like, just a hand railing. We have hand railings. A lot simpler visually, I think. Again, one is allowed to disagree with my opinion, but just for how I feel. Now, let's see. I'm trying to focus on the first and second floors first before I do the third floor. Because the third floor is where I go, yeah, Star Tiger. We have very similar, like, taste in, like, style there, I think. Hey, wait a minute. Y'all seeing this?
What? What the fuck?
Well, the red was to mark where the radioactive exclusion zone was. The uranium is right there. No. This. I did not finish building this. It's not finished. This factory is running on maybe of its intended capacity for steamed copper sheets? Must have been because, like, yesterday I got tired and ended a little early. Yeah, the red is because it's a radiation exclusion zone. There's the radiation. Dun 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 dun. Good thing I have radioactivity filters. The factory clearly was short on sheets because that's draining right out. Why am I seeing yellow over here? Oh. Because these guys are full and just hanging out. Seem to have plenty of copper supply. Part of me wonders if I should just build more onto this line, but the problem is we'd eventually hit a lack of water supply. Big rows of green here, except for that. Big rows of green here. Looks good. Yeah, you see that? We're actually a bit low on copper sheets still. Now, that may partially be because, you know, half the line was missing its connectivity. I kind of want to give it like 10, 15, 20 minutes and see if that mellows out. It's like I'm seeing less yellow lights here now. There's still one here. But most of the rest of the line is green with an occasional yellow. Yeah, I think it's starting to mellow out. It's just this was planning on this being a lot longer and a lot more involved. Well, back to the aesthetics pass. See, this is something else that I tend to do in the aesthetics pass is I look at errors. It's like, did I forget things? Is something broken? Is something not working the way it's supposed to? Oh, and especially around here, I want to look out this window and see grassy fields and that arch. Because that's a view. Right off this end of the factory, it's like, oh yeah, that's a view. Now, admittedly, sitting here looking out at poison gas isn't terribly enthralling, but, well. Eh. It's what's out there. I suppose I could go in with some explosives. Ugh. Out of materials. Gee, where am I gonna find some more silica? Oh look, some more silica. It's almost like I have a factory making the stuff. I wonder, can I... Oh, I can. Oh, man. That's cool. Okay, so what about if I... The idea is to go for kind of a rounded top. Think like, you know, a glass dome. Because it's like, when I think futuristic sci-fi alien planet settler, I think, you know, people living in their big giant glass domes, just because, I don't know, that's just sort of my idea of sci-fi when I was a kid. It doesn't feel like I'm actually on an alien planet unless I've got like a big glass dome. Some people's idea of, I guess, future is like cyberpunk, or like, I don't know, what's a good word for the whole Mad Max aesthetic? I can't think of one. I'd call it diesel punk, but that means something completely different. Also, the whole Mad Max aesthetic isn't punk. Don't get me started on my whole rant on punk. Yeah, I like that. Now, I'm gonna go in from the other side. This is very much a whole trial and error thing. I have a thing for sawtooth roots. I like the retro style. Okay. Yeah, everybody's got a preference. Everybody's got an aesthetic. What they think looks cool. Actually, you know what, Star Tiger? Take some screenshots. I want to see. No. Come on, turn the other way. There we go. Actually do like seeing other people's styles. Mostly because it gives me ideas. Why? Come on. There we go. Now I think we'll cut the line up this one. Do I want to keep an arch roof like that? Or I could flatten it out. The problem is I don't like too flat. Because I think the arch gives it some dynamic. Some style. Oh, perfect. Oh, that's perfect. Oop, oop. Oh, beautiful. And then this one should go this way. Voila! I like that. Doing a little quick save. Letting it quick save. Because game wants to save. Should probably clean this up. This still looks monstrous. I really want to clean this up. Why does this need to exist? That's the question. Hmm. Like, that part looks really good. I'm just... This part. Question is, what looks good? Very subjective. No, that doesn't look good. Why would you think that the floating in the air would look good? No. Could do it this way. Sort of giving it a bit of a slope. We need to end there, though. But I could... I can do that. that doesn't look good either. Hmm. Pyro. Turning this into a pun. I see you. Okay, but here, let's stop for a bit. It's not my greatest job, but it works. It's functional. And this one I've almost got laid out for me. Oh, so dark. So dark. Are you from the DC universe? Damn, she sees me. If only the glass was opaque. Thanks, Gwen. Okay. So we still need to do the third floor, and we still need to do the lights. But on this corner, I'm kind of having a thought. Yeah, no, that won't work.
I'm escaping to the one place that hasn't been corrupted by capitalism. Space!
Okay, Tim Curry. Go to space. The great thing about the delivery of that line is you could hear that Tim Curry was laughing as he was delivering it. It was so camp. Yeah, no. I think so. The problem is the manufacturers have a certain height that we need to get over. But I do like this big slope. That is actually very cool. I'm going to keep that. But I'm thinking of matching it there. Gonna run out of silica again in just a minute. I actually don't like the look of the light sticking through the ceiling, so I'm actually gonna put another row on. Oh look, and now I need silica. Here, give me silica. Then over here in this corner, put those in. And then this, I think, will work as a highest point on the factory. Long. Okay, Moth. Can you get over? Yes, you can fly over. Good. The Moth should not foul the factory. Check something. Yeah, these are actually a bit higher, so... And I'm out of silica again. I think this is just going to keep happening until I make a trip back to home base to get more. Now the question is, what do I want to do on this end? Will that reach over it? Yes, it will. Nice and clean. Okay. Then let's do that. I like to do the middle bits first because the middle bits will generally dictate how I want to do the ends. Can't really do that. But unfortunately, I have machines right there. This guy could probably be one of these. That looks fine. Now, can I do the same on the other side? Okay. I'm probably just gonna flat out run out of material here. Because while I can pull silica from the machines, the other ingredients, like steel and concrete, I'm not making here, so I will have to go and pull those from the main factory. Fortunately, I still have a fair amount of concrete left. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Here we go. Not sure how to do the end here. Just think about that. Yep, no more silica. Now the trick here is we do have a whole bunch of machinery here that we can't go clipping through. Ooh, that doesn't look too bad. Peel back one layer here. No, no, no. Come on. Okay, looks good except for this bit here. Not bad. Not bad. This is what I mean by, you know, big glass dome. This right here. I'm gonna go outside and take a look at it from the outside, see how it looks. Da 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 dun dun dun. Once every 5 minutes, it does an autosave, which is good because of the crashes. See, I do like to take any excuse I can to break up the idea of big glass box. I don't want big glass box. But on the other hand, big glass, irregularly shaped, interesting angles. Vaguely dome-shaped. That is absolutely my design aesthetic. All right. Let's see if this is right side up. Yes. Iron Valley Electronics Factory. Yeah, it is essentially a giant greenhouse. But it's like, until HVAC is a thing. See, the entire reason why the whole aesthetic of the biodome became a thing was the idea of, like, lunar or Mars colonies being extremely, extremely cold outside. Hi, Sam! And the idea was inside it would be warmer because of the greenhouse effect. They were literally using the greenhouse effect intentionally to keep, you know, your pioneers, your astronauts warm inside. We don't actually know what the temperature is like on Akicha because, like, the game never tells us. It would have to be within the habitable zone. Otherwise, why would we have, like, green growing glass? Green growing I almost did it again. Green growing grass. I don't like this. Much more uniform. You have so many steam generators, it's gonna be one hell of a sauna. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, yeah. Because it's like all of this, we have like literally 3 pipelines full of water being pumped in, and all of these guys are doing nothing but superheating it. Yeah, it's gonna be a fucking sauna in here. A really dark sauna. You know what we need to do? I mean, one of my arguments has always been that the reason you're wearing in the environment suit all the time is because it's actually a lot colder here than it looks. Or some other reason, you know? We don't actually know what's underneath. Okay, that's the internal circuit. That's the external circuits. Let's use that one. Should probably label these. Let's solve this problem now. Get some light in here. It's freaking dark. Of course, I have nobody to blame. I designed and built this. Besides, what do we know about real-world factories inside? Having been inside some, I can tell you two things. They're noisy as hell, and the air conditioning is turned up to 11 at all times. Having been around that, that's just what I expect. It's what I expect these factories to feel like at all times, just because that's what I'm used to. I have no one to blame. I'm the only life form on the planet capable of crafting. Lizard doggo shifty eye steps quietly away from the workbench. Lizard doggos, where are your nuclear reactors? I want to know how you're getting the nuclear waste. Shifty-eyed lizard doggos. How are you doing, Sam? Do we have some BBEXs we still haven't watched? Ah, come on. There you go. See, the trouble is we get together to watch those, I'm already, like, dead tired, and I keep falling asleep on you. This is the problem with my sleep schedule right now. It's like I've been falling asleep at 10 p.m. Depends on the factory. I've been in loud ones and some that are just a tolerable hum. I've worked in just as many plants without AX as with. Show up early. Well, I'm gonna try. I have to actually eat some dinner first. I can only speak to, like, the factories that I've actually been in. The ones that I've actually experienced in my line of work. It might just be a thing that has to do with factories located in California, that they're air conditioned to hell and back again. that could be a uniquely California kind of thing. Show up with dinner. I'll see if I can. See, now I can at least see down here. Yeah, I figured what you meant there, Star Tiger. I figured you meant AC. I speak Star Tiger typos. The nice thing is I don't think we'll need to put artificial light on the top floor. And there we go, I'm out of material. Because the top floor has natural light most hours of the day. I hate that. Instant regret. Okay, that's better. Okay, then let's do this. Okay, 99 more ceiling lights, and we're gonna need some cable with that. So I need some quick wire, some regular wire, and some steel beams. Gee, I wonder where I can find some quick wire. If you work in IT related and electronics manufacturing, then the HVAC is super important. Yes, and that is very much. You hit the nail on the head there, because it's like I work in IT, so almost every place is going to be full of just all kinds of heavy HVAC. So yeah, Star Tiger here who actually has experience in factories. Alright, let's go back and get some parts. The good news, Sam, is my wrist is hurting a lot less now that I've actually been wearing the wrist brace for a couple of days. So that's a good thing. I am amazingly doing better when I'm not in pain constantly. It's great. The downside is the wrist brace has a little pokey bit that pokes into my wrist constantly. I don't like that. Consider it something of a design flaw. So I have to periodically take the brace off. So I can stop getting poked. Yeah, the pokey bits are the worst. Yes, absolutely are. Oh boy, it choked there for a second. Just in case it decides to crash again. There we go. Wrong way. Got one other thing we should probably do before we wrap. Besides get these lights done. We may want to belt the train so that these parts get to their intended destinations. Or the game may crash again. If the game does crash again, I may just call it. It's like, okay, time to do a full scan. One thing we can do on our little checklist here, check off circuit boards, check off high-speed connectors. Done. The only thing left on our checklist now is heavy modular frames. So it sounds like, oh, you see that green train? That's the Iron Valley train. That's the parts we just finished on the train back. Yeah, it sounds like we're doing the heavy modular frames next. Let me check. Did we ever get the results of that poll? It didn't notify me. There we go. You have to imagine these fix-it factories, at least this one, would definitely in the real world be very loud to be in. All right. Now we have lights on the first floor. I want to at least do the second floor. The third floor is like, it's mostly natural light. Oh. How do I want to do this? Ah. that even lined up properly? Guess so. This floor is going to be much darker than the one before, down below, because at least the one down below was 10 high and has much bigger windows, bringing in natural light. This one, it's only 6 high, so it has smaller windows, less surface area to bring in light. So this floor definitely needs the lighting. No. Trying my best to keep them in a straight line, but I'm betting when I look up, they're not gonna be. Okay, let's look. Okay, not bad. So, fun fact, you can actually almost see from here where I'm going to be putting the heavy modular frame factory. Less light, no one be floor it. Thank you, Hatcher. Azure is here to make up for the fact that I don't have a dad that constantly gives me dad jokes. Azure is doing everything in their power to make up for this deficiency in my life. Did I How did I do that? Oh, that's how I did it. And now Sam is joined in on the dad jokes. Uh, Okay, let's try that again. I'm going to need to go and run around a bit, probably, and figure out how much limestone and iron I am going to need. The way I'm going to do the heavy modular frame factory, I'm probably going to build it in Coalinga, because there are the 4 coal nodes right there. And heavy modular frames require steel. So I'll probably wind up using the steel at Coalinga. It's like, depending on what recipe I use, main ingredients are going to be limestone, iron, coal. Just need to make sure I've got enough. All right. Okay. Now there's light. Let there be light. Still slightly overproducing on copper ingots, and that's fine. We're actually, like, slightly overproducing on steamed copper sheets, too, so that makes sense. What that tells me is final products are starting to fill up. Yep. Quick bins pretty full. Silica's over here like, stop stealing from us! And let's see how these guys are doing. Well, they're not backed up. That's a good sign. Alright. I've already got a pipe here going to Coalinga. Show you what I'm talking about. Probably build this Saturday. So this is Coalinga. minus a bunch of trees. You know, I've come in here Azure Pyro style and cleaned some of them out. It's a big lake. I call it Coalinga Lake. There's 1, 2 coal nodes, 3, and 4. There are 4 coal nodes here. If I want water, I've got the lake. But I'd have to check my factory plan and see whether or not I would need water. This factory here, or this, I should say, train station here, was put here specifically in advance to support it. Nothing's hooked up yet. What I usually do is sort of build it jutting out from the cliff up there. In fact, you can actually see there's a power tower up there where I've already run power through the area. A photon jet. I'm not gonna read that. Because we're doing the dad jokes still. Oop. Yeah, probably build the factory up here. At least that's what I put all these power towers up here for. For when I do finally build the heavy modular frame factory. There's a couple of nice things about this spot. The first of all is that limestone node there is pure. That'll be useful. There's actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 iron nodes. They're impure, but make up for the difference. And right over here, that limestone node is also pure. So our ability to make heavy modular frames is entirely dependent on our ability to get limestone and iron in here. So yeah, give me a couple of days to work on that. I will probably be back on Saturday, and we will get started on that. An update on TransXP TTRPG. Kat, our DM, is working Friday, so she's not going to be available to DM on Friday. And Silver Catboy is unfortunately still having massive health problems, so he's not going to be available. So not only did Monday not happen, Friday will probably also not happen. So what I think is going to end up being the case that TransXP TTRPG takes this week off. It's clipping through the ground. I don't like it when it's clipping through the ground. What was this connected to? Ah. Okay, there. Now it's not clipping through the ground. By the way, Azure, I was going to ask you, where did you find that? Come on. Where did you find that little soundtrack tape? So you mentioned it was somewhere in this area. Oh, that's cheating. They literally spawned a little rock there for it to sit on. Oh, coffee stain. Yeah, the Deep Rock Galactic one. All I remember you saying is that it was somewhere in this general area. I was on vacation in Madrid when I got a nasty case of food poisoning. While sick in my hotel, I asked the front desk where I could see a doctor. I was surprised when they said they had a doctor on site. When I said I had never heard of a hotel having an on-site doctor, they replied, "No one expects the Spanish Inquisition." You know what? Fair play. Fair play. Down here, you say? So down the valley, I'm guessing you mean down by the water? Because here's the lake where we built those coal jennies. Waterfall cave. So over there? Because that's the only waterfalls I see from here. Gun. So we've got some waterfalls here. Ooh, I do see a cave back there. All right. Pretty. Oh, hey, look at that. Shroom. And a tape. Deep Rock Galactic Boombox tape. Nice. Well, thank you, Azure. Today you have taught me something new about this game. So you know what this means, right? We need to go back and get the boombox. So there you go. Those that actually play Satisfactory, Pyrostyle has brought you a secret. Let's go back to the hub. This is where I'm getting all of that quartz from. Dun 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 dun. You know what I should probably do is save. It would be just like this game to suddenly crash. Dun 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 dun. All right, let's go over to the hub. Do I have any tickets? Yes, I do. The boombox. While we're at it, 1, 2, 5. Get the rest of the tapes. I'm already a fan of the Sanctum ones. Because way back in the day, I played Sanctum. Many, many moons ago. Before the dark times. Change tape. Deep Rock Galactic. Those of you who play Satisfactory, you know a secret now. Thanks to Azure Pyrostyle. You got this because you watched today. You were here. All right. Let's see. Who's going to be on for that? Diggy diggy hole! Okay. I see everybody on Saturday. Make sure to take good care of yourselves, since we're probably not going to have TTRPG time on Friday. But that's okay. Saturday, we'll come back. We'll start on that heavy modular frame factory. Don't know how far we'll get. We'll see. I'm going to try and get some of the support network set up at least a little bit in advance. In the meantime, we're gonna go bug my friend Laveau, who's currently kaying Spyro. Because, honestly, he's kind of a smaller lad, just like me, and I kind of like to support smaller creators, as opposed to some of the bigger ones. It's like, Cody in them. It's just like, I have 195 people viewing. Somebody like, what is Laveau? It's a lot less than that. So, let's give Laveau some love, shall we? And I hope to see everybody on Saturday. Just take care of yourselves, self-care. I mean, if you want, you and I, Pyro Style, could go and do a stream together. I'd be fine with that. Let's talk about that after stream, shall we?